I just feel like shame on him.
Yep, well.
That's what he needs to do to make a living. And I don't know how much. Contrast under
Okay.
the pocket. Okay. And except they're inside out. It'll be that side, right? Yeah. The corner. There we go.
Her daughter works for me too on the weekends, and
Uh-huh.
she's a makeup expert. She did my
Ah.
makeup one day, and people didn't recognize me.
Oh, God.
And I wish she lived at my house.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, just pretend you're
Okay.
helping her.
Como
or something.
finge
Yeah.
que estás
I'm gonna start
viendo
talking.
dónde va a
Yeah,
poner
like
alfiler.
And
measure.
then we'll introduce her after.
Measure, blah, blah, yeah.
Okay. Somos actrices.
So I think this is great. And then what we're gonna do, it came out great. It fits well. And we're gonna, only mine will have pockets. We're gonna do pockets on the side in a little while. And we're gonna decide if we're gonna do one print from this here and a different
Okay.
one here.
Oh, there you go then. That's good.
You wanna fix your collar?
Just pretend she's taking the measurement or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Okay,
So
good idea.
yeah, so people will understand it's custom made or something.
Let her print.
Oh my God! Look at
Put
that.
some lipstick on?
Okay, the
Just
tape
do lipstick.
measure
There you
stuff.
go.
See, I didn't get lipstick in time.
You have it on.
Nah,
What's your name?
Caroline.
Maureen.
Maureen, nice to
This
meet
is
you.
my brother Billy.
Nice to meet
This is
you.
my
He
brother-in-law
hosts the
and my
show,
brother,
LD.
LD.
I'm
is
the
your name?
videographer, LD, Ildefonso. LD in America.
LD, Ildefonso. What a
Yeah.
beautiful name.
Isn't it?
Wow.
But nobody remembers it, so I cut it to LD. He's not learning, he's an expert. Oh my God, los manos,
Those hands do everything. Paint, play.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's from New York, and we lived in New York in around 1977, and it was New Year's Eve, and I didn't have anything to wear, and we had no money, so my husband said, I will make you a dress. And I said, how could you possibly make me a dress? He said, I'll go down to 14th Street and buy some black velvet. He brought the fabric home. The dress was finished as the babysitter arrived at the door. And we went to a party on Park Avenue, and everyone was still a hippie then, and I was very elegant, and everyone said, my God, where did you get that dress? And I said, he made it. And my friend said, he needs to stop teaching Spanish, and he needs to design clothes. So my father lent us the money for him to get started. And we had a showroom in Dallas, then we had a showroom in New York for many years. He sold to over 400 stores. When he did haute couture, very expensive
Yes.
clothes, and he sold to Nordstrom's, Elizabeth Arden in New York, all over the place. And now we're just here in San Miguel de Allende.
Thank you.
What would be good then is to show just some of the things that he does. So
Sure. Well, this is one of them.
What you had on that night was
This.
haute couture
What?
that he made up on the spot for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, and then I still have it.
Yeah.
I almost still
Do you
fit
still
it.
fit it? Oh.
No, well, I used to be.
You're not that big.
I was like this big.
It's all the good Mexican food.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, can we just...
Here, let me show
Yeah.
you. I'll show you the.
Yeah. No mention of Hermes or his own. I'm also a fashion designer, by
You
the
are?
way. Yes.
This is like what I'm wearing. It's a tunic, a duster, or a dress.
It looks like an artist would wear it while they're painting even, you know?
Isn't it beautiful fabric? And let's see
Ooh.
what else.
Ooh. Did he do this one?
No, that's imported. This is sort of like what he used to do, but he did it in 4-ply silk crepe.
Mm.
This goes in the washing machine and dryer.
Wow. Wow. So he makes the designs too?
No, we import the
Oh.
fabric. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you now. This is from a beautiful store. This, this feels great, and it's
Oh.
huge.
Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty to show
Yes.
the print.
Could you take that off, please?
Sure.
This one's a beauty.
The colors are great and the prices are fabulous.
Yes.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'll put it back.
Not bad. And then this is some very popular bathrobes
Very vintage
Dressing-
looking.
Oh my god.
with front pockets. It's like a kimono
Mm-hmm. Very beautiful.
and with a nightgown to match. But where's the nightgown?
I like this thing. I love
I
this.
don't know why the nightgown would. Here's the nightgown
I'm gonna try this on.
with front
Wow.
pockets. We sell a lot of these.
Ooh la la.
You can't
Women
find-
love pockets.
You can't find a bathrobe in San Miguel de Allende.
Women love pockets, huh?
Yep,
Dresses
get up in
and-
the morning
oh.
and you want a pocket.
Yeah.
You can wear it open like a duster. That
Yeah.
looks super on you, those colors.
Do you have to take a picture so I can see if I want this?
Let me show you another one we're making in the back.
Okay.
I call it the...
Now, that would be not a problem selling it in Mexico?
No, not at all.
That's beautiful. Really, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Very beautiful.
we-
Do you play piano too?
I'm learning. Just,
You don't want to play?
just like nothing.
Already.
Ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Hi.
Hola,
Hola. Maureen McCarthy from Positive Spin. Nombre?
Juan Escurdia de San Miguel de Allende,
Ah.
Guanajuato.
He can ask you questions in Spanish.
Yeah, okay. So, storia about your art.
Bueno, es acerca de nuestro mundo primitivo, interior,
Yes.
mitologías, cuentos para niños,
Ajá.
Sueños,
Okay.
leyendas.
Dakota.
Ujú,
Dakota, yes.
ajá.
Yes.
Tratar de conectarnos con algo primitivo.
Ajá.
No lo tengo
Yes.
muy claro.
Yes. Talk about this guy, the mighty whitey.
Ajá, este se llama Beto. Es un hombre nube.
Uh-huh.
It's a cloud man.
Uh-huh.
Ajá.
That's a little blue in
Ah,
there.
blues.
Yes.
Azul.
Es grande,
Yes.
pesado,
Yeah.
pero al mismo tiempo es ligero. ¿no?
I
Es-
don't understand, but he
Ah.
does.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Es como las nubes, ¿no?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is quite different from your other pieces.
Ujú. Bueno, es
Are they
eso.
courting?
Corin,
Courting.
dating. Sí, es una. Se llaman los Smiths. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Ah, Smith.
Ajá, Smith. Ajá.
Angelina Jolie.
Es como, no, más bien como The Smiths.
Ah.
Era un grupo de rock,
Ajá.
punk,
Yeah.
de
Oh, yes.
los 90s.
Ah, Dakota.
Ajá.
Interesting.
Ajá.
Yeah.
Pero al mismo tiempo es una historia es un romance,
Uh-huh.
pero de una pareja, de unos viejos conocidos. It's not a fresh romance.
Mhm.
It's like an old
Mhm,
time,
mhm.
¿no? A romance that
Yes.
a través del tiempo, ¿no?
Could you tell me something for me?
Okay.
You know Shakespeare? William
Mhm,
Shakespeare?
sí.
Puck, Midsummer Night's Dream?
Ajá.
He's the little bad little. You
Ah,
could
sí.
be Puck.
Ah, sí.
You could be Puck.
Órale, cabrón.
He's mischievous and
Ándale.
when you're talking, your eyes are sparkling. It's very
Okay.
cool. Very cool. Can you make that spin for him, please? Por favor. Spin.
Well, I don't
No, you
know.
cannot.
Ah.
You can fall.
Ooh, it goes up, down, around. That's great. That's great.
Okay, just take.
Does this move? Does this move?
No, es un proyecto. O sea, project. To be developed. Ese es un juego de memoria.
Notes.
De memory.
Ah, I have no memory. I'm old. I'm 64. No memory.
Ok, no, bueno, es bueno para ti entonces.
Ah.
Tienes que practicarlo.
He's like Puck. He's Puck. I love that. This one, that reminds me of. Ah,
Eso es para prints.
Ajá.
Ajá.
Can I, like, you obra?
¿Estás haciendo algo?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pretend you're working on something.
Pretending. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a believe.
Yeah, actor. Oops, sorry. Okay, now look here and smile. There you go. Thank
It's the hand woven
Yes.
garments that mostly come from Guatemala.
Ah.
And this was given as a costume. And so I think I have about 12 paintings in this series, and in a few of
The
those.
series is called Pensive, you said?
Pensive, yeah.
Yes. And I love that HOLI, holy. And you just feel like you're getting blessed by colors and water coming down.
This
on
was
you.
the idea here. And it was on oil with encaustic over it. And I mixed
That one is just-
aluminum powder into the encaustic to get the silver look. And I was in the studio throwing it on to get these feeling of it running down.
But she looks like she's let it rain over me.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I do after every meditation. I
Yes.
just open and receive
Yes.
that. And so that's what this is.
That is amazing.
Depth
Yes.
of the encaustic.
Yes.
She did a series called Brides and the Bees. It was shown in several galleries in Mexico. It was to make people aware of the colony collapse disease, what's happening to the bees.
Really?
And each of her pieces in this show, she started out with a beekeeper veil or a bride's veil.
Oh.
And the combination of the bat wax, the bees, the queen bee, the
To lead for peace or what they're feeling, and it's just right from the heart.
Just what you said, it's
Absolutely.
time to
Well,
go
I-
Can
inside.
we film this right where?
Yeah. I'm a long time meditator.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, wait for the camera.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
long-time
and
meditator.
tell me your name again.
Eshwan Winding. And a lot of my series, which you can see on my website, have this kind of a feel, the quiet time, going inside. If we're not at peace, we can't expect peace around us. And if we're carrying anger, we can't expect anybody else to be in peace. So the first person to change is us. And then these are the kind of paintings that I paint. It's a mysterious look. Giant hummingbird. Why is this giant hummingbird coming to kiss her?
Because she's inside.
Because she is that gentle,
Yeah.
open, and welcoming with
Yes.
love. Yes, exactly.
Look at you.
So this is cold wax and oil. And I make my own cold wax. It's from like paste. And it's pure beeswax
Yes.
and
That's what I'm smelling.
tree resin.
Yes.
You're smelling the oil.
Oh, okay.
And this has solvent in it too. This is why we never heat it.
Ah.
Now this is encaustic. And that every layer is heated in with that gas torch.
May I touch it?
Please touch it. It loves to be touched.
Oh my.
It's a
It's
very,
almost like enamel or something.
it's a very sensual technique.
Okay.
Yes.
Hold on, ladies. Can
Okay.
we start the shoot? Okay.
Okay.
Introduce yourself
Alright.
and how long you've been doing this.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Ready if you are.
Okay. All right. I'm Eshwan Winding. I have been painting for 60 years, and I've been living in San Miguel for 14 years. I'm also teaching the encaustic technique. I've taught to hundreds of artists here. And today I'm working in cold wax and oil. And this is another wax technique and medium. I melt the beeswax with some of the damar resin, not varnish resin, it's the hunks of resin that are there. And then solvent. And so this is never heated because it's it'll be toxic because of the solvent in it. And has a very, very different look. You can see from this is cold wax, and it's almost like a fresco. And then you have the encaustic there, which is very shiny. The older it gets, the harder it gets. And the colors are held forever in the resin and wax. They can never ever fade. And people say, well, what would happen if it gets in the sun? And I said, well, it's very hard. It will not melt. And if it's in your house and it's melting, your house is on fire, you gotta get out. Because it's please just touch it. You'll see this one over here, the red one.
The one over there too is the
This
same
is-
stuff. It's like an enamel. The one behind my brother-in-law, right?
This is encaustic and mixed media, but you can see this is the new one, and because there's a little bit of a
Patina? No, it's shiny.
well, it is called a bloom because it's so new. But as we start to rub it, the warmth of our hands brings this wonderful shine out.
Wow.
And the older it
opalescence almost.
Yes. The whole idea for me, for
Yeah.
encaustic, is having the layers. It's not a painting you look at, you look into.
Yes.
And so it just develops.
And you can even get a little bit of your own reflection in.
You can, yeah. Yeah,
That's amazing.
This is amazing. I've been working in encaustic for 20 years now.
Who else is famous for doing that? I've never seen this.
Well, the revival happened in the 50s. And it was Jasper Johns, I believe. But it was
Jasper Johns.
very simple.
Wow.
The technique is the oldest in the world, thousands of years old.
Wow.
It was developed in Greece when they melted the beeswax and the resin to waterproof the boats.
Yeah.
And then later they added the pigment, which you can see over there. There's a can of pigment, of paint. I use that gas torch to. Here is the pure beeswax. This is the resin that is melted in there. This gives it the hardness, and it captures the colors forever. And then after that's melted and it's liquid and it's hot, I add the color, and you have the paint then. And the paint, of course, is melted and worked in a hot liquid form, and I paint it on with brushes.
Yes.
Then every layer must be heat fused to the layer underneath for permanence. And that's where the word encaustic comes from. It comes from the Greek, which means to burn in. So if it isn't burned in, if it isn't heated in, it's not encaustic.
Some people say I'm kind of caustic.
No, but see, that's caustic.
I
This
am.
is not caustic because it's absolutely pure beeswax. But the word is from the Greek. And people think, okay, it's caustic, it's dangerous. Well, you do need ventilation.
Yes.
That's why I don't do it in
Yes.
here. But no, it's not. It's absolutely pure. And there's no way else you could get this kind of
That one
surface.
is so the pastels. It looks
Well,
like an
it's-
Easter egg or something.
This is a new one. I've been working in, I work in series. And I go from one thing to another. Like the one over the wall over there, which
Yes.
is oil, and
Right.
it has encaustic over it. You can
No
see
way.
the texture.
Yeah.
So, sure. Go ahead and touch it. It'll
I
actually
had no
touch.
idea this said that over it.
Yeah. Well, that's where you get all the textures so you can look at the layers. And the artist on that wall over there is Cynthia Hamilton, and she this is oil. That's one of my pieces from the Pensive series. It was women's time of the introspection.
This is incredible. Kevin was like this. Like it's all.
And then here you can see how with all the layers and caustic. See, that's Cynthia Hamilton's work in here. And this is layer after layer of encaustic. There's probably 20 or 30 layers.
Wow.
And you get a surface that you cannot get anywhere else. Look at that surface.
And then while it's still a little warm, you can press into it?
Not necessarily. No, I cut into that.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't. You can work it warm. It gets kind of sticky, or you can work it cold, and then I cut into it with the various tools.
Okay.
And then I lay in more encaustic, but I scrape out the excess with a razor blade.
Kevin will love this one. Now, may I ask you about this?
Yes,
You have textures.
this
Is that caustic, and then you've got different textures. everywhere.
encaustic, not caustic.
Okay,
It's not-
encaustic.
Yeah, this is a oil painting. I worked on milk paint because everything with the encaustic has to be natural. You can't use any plastics or acrylic paints.
Yes.
And then I painted this in oil.
Hear this. Hear it. It's different
And then
textures.
this is the textures. After that, I laid a clear layer of encaustic over it, and that pushes it back and mutes it a bit. And then with various stencils and
Yeah,
screening,
Yeah.
I built texture and oil glazes over it. So it makes it more interesting.
And you can hear the eye.
Yeah, you can hear it.
It's so dimensional.
And,
It's great.
and I encourage people to touch the
Yeah,
paintings
yeah.
because they, oh, can I do that? The very first show I had here years ago, I called, please touch the paintings. Because people were, oh my God, yeah. But it does, it loves to be touched. So it's exciting to
It is. I think I look a little excited. I'm like, whoa.
And I've been teaching it for 13 years here.
There's a place in town. It's they have a restaurant and a bar, and it's
There's lots of those.
Yeah, but it's a university for the arts too. Did you teach
Obeas
there?
Art Days.
Yes.
No, because
No.
they pay their artists very little. I teach at home, where
Ah.
I have all of
How
my materials.
nice.
I have every
Great.
I have all the tools, because we get to set up an
Yes.
encaustic studio.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And with all the materials.
Do they
and-
have a lot of state requirements on like fire codes and stuff with that? Like, do
This
they
is
come in and check?
Mexico.
Okay, I didn't know if they came in and checked on that stuff.
No.
Well, in America, when they do it, they're doing it because they make money.
You think it's different here?
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
figured someone goes, oh, we gotta check it out, make sure.
No,
it's okay.
no. I have, what I do have is a pail of water.
Ah,
If anybody burns their hand,
Yeah.
and in the hundreds of artists
Yeah.
I've taught, only one person burned their hand because they grabbed onto the hot gun.
you forget, yeah.
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 And another one had she was doing collage and her papers caught on fire and she reached in the fire to save them. That's not a good thing to do.
Now these look like tiles. That's still just
This is Cynthia Hamilton's work, and she uses many, many layers. And
It looks like a
it
tile,
looks
but
like-
it's not.
And you can't get this kind of surface with any other technique.
What is the base? Is it wood? Anything under there?
Here, it's a wood
Look
piece.
at the back.
It's a wood piece. She has very nice backs, I don't.
Yeah.
And then it's painted, then after it's finished, it is dropped in this gallery type frame and glued in.
Oh my. You love your work, huh?
I love it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 60 years. Yeah, so,
It's the raison d'etre, reason for being.
yeah, it's a
The
reason to
joie-
get up.
the
And I
reason
give
joie
up
de
art
vivre.
forever and ever,
Yeah.
at least once a year. And then I get an idea for the next series,
Yeah,
and I get all
and you
excited.
get excited, yeah.
And this is that very pale one is the latest thing I've started working on.
It reminds me of something Easter time.
Sure,
like
well,
Easter egg.
It's very
light
soft.
colors,
and usually,
yes.
and then one over there, as you see, is that there's I like a lot of contrast.
Yes.
And I said, okay, maybe I'll do something different now.
Now that is not
But
encaustic.
that's not mine. That is Kelly Vanderveer.
It's very, very good. Look
Oh,
at the
he-
hairs.
Oh, he is
Yes.
the photorealist. And this is his gallery.
Does it go from a photo?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who did that?
I
Is that you?
No.
What's my time?
no, no. It actually my daughter modeled for me.
Really?
And that is called, the series is called Pensive. And it's about those quiet times when we go inside.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
alone. And
Sí, el artista se llama Juventino.
Florentino.
Juventino.
Juventino. Okay.
Juventino.
He understands. I don't understand. I understand art is beautiful. That's what I
Sí, es
understand.
muy bonito
Yeah.
este arte. Sí, son del estado.
He understands art.
Poquito, se habla poquito español.
Del estado de
Yep.
Medellín. Todo es mexicano.
Yes.
De diferentes
Yes.
y diferentes artistas. Sí. Yo no soy artista.
Gracias. Look at the teeth. Ay, ay, ay.
Bueno, es como
This way?
Mhm.
Okay. Julio's sister?
Julio César.
Julio Cesar. And how long have you been making these beautiful? By the way, these are all beaded. They're beaded. All of these Libras. Want to speak to my brother?
Yep. Okay.
How long have you been doing this?
No hablo mucho.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Speak in Spanish. Yeah,
Sí.
it's okay.
Estas piezas son de Nayarit. De Nayarit. Son unas piezas muy especiales en donde estas piezas las hacen los artesanos que se llaman huicholes.
Ah.
Huicholes son los artesanos. Son piezas que se hacen pieza por pieza,
Yes.
una a una.
Yes.
A una.
Mano, uno. Yes.
Y los diseños son diseños de la mente.
He understands. Yes.
Ellos ponen una y ya va el diseño
Yes.
es de acá.
How long does it take to finish one?
You have to ask him in Spanish.
No, it's okay. How long does it take? ¿Cuánto, like,
¿Cuánto tiempo?
días?
¿Cuánto
días?
tiempo?
Yes.
¿Cuánto tiempo? Son piezas de más o menos de 2 meses hasta 4 o 5 meses. 4 o 5 meses. Depende.
Yes. Did you ask him how many years he's been doing this?
4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Per,
No, but how long, at what age he started?
¿Cuánto año start po? Yeah. Did you start
As a
doing
child.
this?
No, ya son grandes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Disorder.
In disorder.
Yes.
Disorder.
I like asymmetry. I don't
Yeah.
like to be
Yes.
things
Yes.
like those. You know?
Yeah.
Or that one.
Usually I wear one ear.
That one. Well, the idea of that ring.
It's so unique. I love that it has black with that.
But see, you can play with it. There
Oh.
are 3 rings.
Ah.
So you can move them
And they're adjustable.
and then just.
Oh my God.
Put it in many ways. There are 3 rings.
Oh my God. I want like a big fingers. Oh my.
It's about 1,500.
Oh,
It's
look at
called
this.
silver, but this is it's a patina of oxide silver, matte silver, and this is an alloy I make with a small amount of gold, silver, and copper. So
It's a puzzle. Show him what you can do with all this. Show him, please. Por favor.
well, you can move it,
Like a puzzle ring. It can change all the time.
Oh my
but you
god.
can wear only 2
Ah.
or only 1.
Nice. And that's about 1,000. I gotta remember this one. So that's what for me.
It's
100?
about 70 in US dollars. It's about 80.
Thank you. Can we do that again? Okay.
Bom dia.
Buen día.
Su nombre
Alberto Lobo.
Okay.
and some of your influences.
Well, it's kind of very structuralistic work because it makes simplicity and complexity, which is very different.
Yes.
Very difficult to work with because there are a lot of things that you don't see that are
Yes.
not obvious.
But I love that idea.
But it's simplicity, looking
Yeah.
for simplicity. That's
Yes.
my aim point of design.
Yes. Yes, I love that idea. Very, very nice.
What about the materials that you use for your art?
Well, I used to work for 30 years in Barcelona, and I'm here since 1 year and a half. There I was working overall on gold, but here is not quite.
Yeah.
People doesn't use.
Yes.
Doesn't wear
Yeah, yeah.
the gold. So I work overall with silver with different finishes, mats, stones, platings, patinas, form folding,
Any
and
hammering?
copper.
Any hammering? Yeah, yes or no? Hammering?
Oh, hammering,
Yeah.
yes, that one
Ah,
is
yes,
hammered.
yes.
Many of them are hammered because all the texture is, in some cases, is made with hammering.
Yes, yes. Did you learn from your father or?
No, I went to the school
Ah,
in Barcelona.
Ah.
I've been for 4 years in the Escola d'Arts y Oficis de
4
Barcelona.
years.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Rhode Island School of Design?
Which one?
Rhode Island School of Design in
No.
Providence?
No.
I live in Rhode Island, and a lot of famous artists went there. Like Dale Chihuly, the glass master, he
Yes.
taught there.
Oh,
Upon coming here, don't you find the people absolutely beautiful?
yes.
They're beautiful, their smiles, all the colors, and they're hard workers. Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah.
Yes, it is. It is clearly. Well, San Miguel is a very particular place, and overall, La Fábrica.
Oh,
Because
yes.
They get. Well, we are together about 78 galleries.
I'm gonna go broke. I don't have that much
It's a
money.
it's a labyrinth.
Yes, yes. A plethora, an embarrassment of riches, you know that saying? An embarrassment of riches.
Yes,
You know, that's a
I
beautiful
understand.
saying, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank-
grazie.
Nada.
Okay.
Because there's.
Where's Maureen?
Right here.
Ah, okay. Momo.
Yes, dear.
Meet Mr. Lobo. He's the artist.
I like your hat.
Yeah.
I like the whole look.
Maureen will be our correspondent. Give
Okay.
your yeah. Just ask him probably
His
see
name?
influence. Yeah. Name. We start with the name. Okay. If we're ready.
Oh.
5, 4, 3.
Oh dear. Su nombre. Do you make? No. That's cool. Shoes, my pocketbook.
Wow. These are nice.